Hi there people, today I'm going to make a review on the Spartan Harsey folder which is a US made knife by Spartan Blades. Spartan Blades are a US company. They have several level of knives, gold version, gold grade or something like that. This one belong to the gold or elite grade, which are all made in the US. They have silver grade, which they are made in by K-Bar, also in the US, and they have the bronze, which are made I think in China, or they wrote international partners, I don't know where. Anyhow, and the prices are, the gold or elite is the most expensive, etc. The Spartan Harsey folder, which the one you see is made with collaboration with Bill Harsey, which made a lot of knives, and is well-known designer. He made one very well-made known knife named Green Beret, made by Chris Reeve. Actually, the original model name is Yarbro. I probably don't pronounce it right, which is a knife that graduates in Special Forces school. If they want, they can buy one with their own name. I don't know if all Special Forces schools does that, but it's an option. And I believe that the US military have several, but it's not the point here. So this is this model. A bit of specs. It weighs around 6 ounces, and I checked, not 5.18. The blade thickness is 4.5 millimeters, which is a lot. The overall length is around 22.5 centimeters, which is a bit less than 9 inches. And that's it, I think. And the blade length is 4 inches, a hair more than 4 inches. The blade steel is S45VN, handle is titanium, and also most of the hardware is titanium, and it's a frame lock. The blade, size comparison, let's see it near PM2. So as you see, the PM2 is kind of similar in handle size, but it's not that similar in blade length. Let's see it near the Buck 110. Well, the Buck 110 is a big knife, no knife, classic knife, not that easy to open. And you see the Spartan Harsey folder is a bit bigger and lighter. The CVV Elementum is smaller, of course, and the CVV Elementum is a full-size EDC, but as you see, the handle is smaller, and the knife is lighter, and the blade is lighter. And here's Strider SMF, one of my favorite. The Strider SMF is a bit longer, but if we check it blade to blade, you see that the blade are the Spartan. I think it's a bit longer. I need to check it. Anyhow, this is it. Well, the Spartan Harsey folder made as a hard use folder, and now I'll go into the description of the knife and what I think about it. So we have over here a thick blade made by S35VN with a nice stonewash titanium thumb stud. The blade itself, as you see, is chamfered, and it's smooth to the touch. It has a nice stonewash over here, swedge here, not that pronounced, thick tip, which will endure a lot of abuse, and a very simple and good shape of a slightly drop point blade, straight part with a belly, no sharpening choil. Over here you don't see it cutting through the thumb stud or not, and at the slicing path, the S45 VN get a beautiful edge very easily. The geometry of the blade is okay. It will do the job because if it had a full flate, I think it was better. But this is how it was designed to be a hard use. The handle itself is ergonomic, very thick slabs of titanium. It's not milled inside. The lockup is around 25%. You don't have over travel stop. You use the pivot here. The pivot here is very big, and it uses T15 screws, and it have this nice laser etching, which is very beautiful. Also, the screws here, I think they are titanium too, and they are T8. I think this one also T8. The filler tab, the pocket clip with the arrow, I think you see it in all of Spartan Blades folders is made by a simple piece of titanium, but it's very good, flat. It doesn't have any hot spots that tear your cloth, and it's not on the it rests on the body or not on the lock side, so no problem here. The over here, those grooves or choils, I don't know how to call them, made it very easy to hold. It's hold hand very securely. It doesn't seem that deep like, I don't know, you have on a strider, but well enough to hold it very securely. And if you use it with gloves, even more, no problem here. We have over here a jimping and over here a jimping on that side. So this is as far as the description. As I said, the laser etching over here is very beautiful. I don't know if I reminded, if you don't know, the plague doctors were people who worked in Europe, I think in Central Europe around 12 to 1600, as a sort of a, not actually doctors, but you can see them as a mix between doctors and city department garbage disposal, and they had to come in contact with infected or population that live in infected areas and treat them, or come and evacuate bodies or treat to people and stuff like that. I think most of them didn't have any medical background. Some of them died from the diseases, and they have those distinguished clothes, so that they will be able to spot them from afar, and also they believe that this will protect them from disease, which is partly true, but it's not the issue over here. The issue over here is the Spartan Harsey folder that we see here. Now, the Spartan Harsey folder, some may describe it as a sort of a mix between other reviewers. Said that it reminds them something between Chris Reeve, Sabenza, and Hinderer, XM18 or something like that. Well, I tend to accept this comparison, and why is that? Spartan blades, they, as far as I read, they learned some of their knife making capabilities. They studied at Chris Reeve, and this knife reminds a lot of a Sabenza. We see rather simple but well-made knife. Okay, we have a good blade, 2 titanium and large phosphor bronze pivot washers, which remind what we have in the Chris Reeve, and also the action is very similar. It will open like that, but it is glass smooth and it won't drop shut. It's remind the in this part the Chris Reeve with the action and the general construction of it, very similar. Now, what about the Hinderer part? Well, I see the filler tab here, which remind me a bit of the Hinderer, and the Hinderer is supposed to be a very good, big, aggressive knife, and this knife seems like Sabenza on steroids. We have over here this aggressive jimping, which over here all the handles are chamfered, but in this part they're a bit sharp. This can be improved, I think, but overall it's okay. So you have this aggressive construction, a thick titanium slabs, and this is, I think, what's characterized Hinderer knives with their hard use folders. They are very overbuilt. And I don't know how overbuilt is overbuilt if you want them to be built like that. So, but this is how we say it. I don't know. Anyhow, so we have the Sabenza spirit and design with elements from the Hinderer. I would call it a Sabenza on steroids. Big, beefy Sabenza, and I mean in a good way. Okay, this is their own thing in Spartan blades, and it's well made. And this is how this world works. You know, you improve. There is a limit how you can design and reinvent a folding knife. You know. Anyhow, Those knives goes for the engraved one go for 525, which is a lot of money. And this is something people should consider. It's not that far from a Chris Reeve, it's not that far from a Hinderer, and this is where it stands. It's not that far even from a Strider. So it comes in line with those models. This is can be a used knife and take it and use it, etc. No problem, but people should know it's going to cost a lot of money. Is it worth a lot of money? If you're looking for it, if you want something that is functional, then take Cold Steel Recon 1. It'll do the same. It's even have a bit stronger lockup. But if you're looking something more stylish, something 100% US made, Harsey design, and you're willing to pay the extra, you have this model. It's very nice. I very love this engraving, and I have another one on the way with the eagle. So that's it. As a disadvantage, I see the jimping over here is a bit problematic for bare hands use, because it is gonna be a bit of a hotspot. Now it is a hard use folder, but I see more knife enthusiasts or knife lovers use this knife than soldiers in the field or sheriffs or hikers. Okay, let's face it, most of them will take something cheaper and more accessible, that they don't mind if it will go and they lose it. So it's something that can be a bit improved by chamfering those parts here. The action is fine. It's really solid knife. Its performance is okay. Maybe they should try, I don't know, a prototype with better blade geometry and improve its slicing options. They can have a really nice convex blade, retain the thickness, and they will have, I think it will be really good at a $500 US blade. I think they can afford the extra investment at that part. And that's it. If I recommend it, as I said before, yeah, I recommend it to people who are willing to pay this money. You won't throw it. It's really good, well-made knife, and its competition, it stands out a bit more. It's not as flicky as a Hinderer, but it's a bit more solid and a bit more simple, and I really like it. So hope it helps someone, and have a great day. Bye.